The outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic that has lasted for 2 years caused many impacts on human activities around the world. Efforts to curb the pandemic include imposing quarantine, preparing health facilities, isolating infectious cases, and implementation costs. Due to the quarantine and the risk of spreading the disease, the manufacturing of essential goods has slowed down. The cash flow in the market is poor, slowing down the economic revenue growth. Millions of workers have lost their jobs as industries have shut down. So, what should we do to recover the economy after the pandemic? As we know, the impacts of climate change is already being felt. Disruption of this environmental balance will have a negative impact on the environment. In fact, this climate change has a major impact on the economy. The potentially most severe impacts of climate change are annual losses equivalent to 5% of global gross domestic product or GDP, the displacing of 100 to 200 million people because of climate change, and reduction in agricultural productivity. These economic impacts are similar with economic collapse that caused by the Third World Wars or the Depression of 1930s. So, it will cost a lot more if we wait to counter climate change when the impact is devastating than if we act now as we enter the transition stage to the sustainable energy. The use of sustainable energy enables the weighing of interests for future generations and avoids passing on environmental debt. However, the development of this energy also needs to be considered. Because if we apply it in a radical way, energy transition could stifle growth as production costs become too high, or energy available for production becomes scarcer. The development of new energy sources could create hundreds of thousands of new jobs. This can recover the number of workers who loses their job due to the pandemic. We can develop the sustainable energy based on the local potential. In hot climate zones, we can use solar panels to absorb solar energy. In places that have strong and steady winds, especially coastal areas, we can create wind power plants. Hydro energy or hydropower can be developed in the areas with the most wave energy potential. And volcanic areas are the potential to develop geothermal energy. These energy sources are clean energy, which produce much less pollution than fossil energy. If we enter this transition stage to sustainable energy, we not only get a cleaner environment, but also recover the economic condition after the pandemic and create a sustainable growth country.